Hey guys, Tom by 601, and today a long time Tier 7 Premium gets the buff it has needed for a very long time. Prinz Eugen, we're taking her out. Now, if you don't know what Prinz Eugen is, well, it was one of the original global XP ships. It is a hull clone, a sister ship to the Tier 7 Tech Tree German cruiser Hipper. And it was pretty much the exact same, except what they did was they took away Hipper's sonar and gave it a main battery reload booster instead, which sounds good until you remember the fact that, well, one, the one of the greatest strengths of German cruisers is their sonar. And two, at that time, there weren't very many ways to get you a lot of main battery reload boosters. So it was sort of a one-trick pony that you could pull out while brawling, which of course is fun, but it doesn't make you exactly the most sustainable ship. So that happened, and when Prinz Eugen was introduced, it had relatively the same stats as Hipper. I say relatively, because they were pretty much the same. But then Hipper got a buff, and they were like, no. Like, Hipper got, like, alpha damage buffs. Like, buffs to its guns. And they're like, that Prinz Eugen sister ship? Nope, still using the same ammunition. Or whatever the reason is they gave it a buff. Just, balancing-wise. Which was unfortunate. Because it then meant you were in an inferior version of the ship, and you didn't get any benefits, or at least that's what it felt like. Anyways, Brandenburg here choosing that, like, hey, I got to get spots, or I don't know what he's doing, but he is plenty angled enough. You saw we popped our first main battery reload booster. We're up to 20,000 health. We're gonna kind of slide on in to cover here, and then reverse out and continue popping them with our main guns. Thankfully, we don't really need to worry about the secondaries, or at least, okay, let's be clear, we probably actually do, given the history of Hipper hulls and their ability to lose propulsion, thanks to HE, but it's that AP you got to worry about when you are broadside to a battleship. We learned our lesson there. It's time for us to slink off. Let's go ahead and talk about our commander. Now, of course, you've probably already heard the musings of a Japanese woman. We've been going kind of back and forth. This match, I was trying out a Zerlane Rune just to see what we could do with the sonar, since, they gave this ship sonar once. They gave the ship sonar, so, I wanted to use it. As far as my actual recommended build, I'd probably recommend Lutkins as the commander. But, your mileage may vary. I kind of went with a Brawling build, and I know there's going to be some of you who are going to watch this video and be like, Tommy, you didn't brawl in Prinz Eugen. Why didn't you brawl in Prinz Eugen? It's all about brawling in Prinz Eugen. Well, for those of you out there here, we'll throw up this clip. On Tears of the Desert, Tears of the Cruiser, and what's that in smoke? Hello, Mr. Picarde. Let's go ahead and drop off these torpedoes off to the side, and kind of sandwich you between our destroyer's torpedoes. And well, he goes down. We didn't get the kill there, or Kid did, but we definitely did some damage. And well, now it's time for round two with Caracciolo over here. Let's go ahead and load those torpedoes full speed ahead. Get the alpha, get the AP hitting the side of him. Let's line up so that he's not able to steer out of it. He does hit us well with that HE, but it's okay. He's knocked out one of the torpedo tubes, but thankfully it was already loaded, so it's not like he's interrupting a reload time. That's cute. He fired his gun, and now he's using his smoke, thinking that's going to protect him. Beautiful. Nice and close. Let's go ahead and drop those torpedoes off to finish him off. There we go. Beautiful. And, well, if I recall, there should be one more ship out and about. And let's go ahead and watch this little bit of brawling end as we spin our gun and go ahead and finish this Cleveland off. One set of torpedoes waiting on the other set to hold, but this will keep him from turning in. We get one on the nose, and, well, down he goes. And that's our Brawling with the Eugen. As you can see, she can still do it. Back to our other game. So we had just finished dealing with Brandenburg, and now we have good old Petropavlovsk providing the AP. He does take out our Sejong, but we are going to go ahead and hit that exposed citadel, bringing him down to half of his health. Now, unfortunately for us, we don't have any more teammates on this flank, so it is going to be a bit awkward. But hey, look, we're down 2 cruisers. They're down 2 battleships, so we're doing well there. We're going to fire our AP, just trying to get a little bit of damage out of him, but knowing it's a Petro, we'll flip over to HE and see what we can start doing. Consistent damage across him, maybe set a fire. We know these torpedoes are inbound that he's not going to be able to see for a minute, so we can get him to burn a damage control and then flood out. That would probably be beneficial to us. Thankfully, it looks like one of those torpedoes is going to be on target. It doesn't look like we're getting flooding, or if he did get flooded, he did repair it, knowing what was going to happen. We did end up losing one of our torpedoes tubes, which is very unfortunate, but we have a fire, and it's going to be a permanent one since we know he just used his damage con, as he is now using the Hipper's hull weakness to HE against us and doing okay damage for a Petro for Russian AP, but he's wide enough now. We'll use the AP, take the kill, and that kind of finishes off this A side. Now, I guess we didn't fully explain what they did to Prinz Eugen as far as modifications. We already talked about giving the sonar, and really what they did was previously you had to make a choice between the sonar and the main battery reload booster, and I'm sorry, but if you put sonar, you were just a worse hipper. So you kind of went with the main battery reload booster. They bumped the base charges of that main battery reload booster from 1 to 2, and they also increased its duration. So they did a lot of things to make that main battery reload booster a little bit better. Then what they also did is they did give this ship some of the buffs from hipper, specifically AP shell damage going from 5,900 damage up to 6,000, and then the HE shell damage going from 2,500 to 2,700. So all in all, a very good kind of bump facelift for Prinz Eugen, something that this ship desperately needed. Like I said, or I guess I hadn't said this before, but Prinz Eugen before this patch, I hadn't really played a game in it. I think I might have once accidentally, but it was a ship I bought and it just sat because there was no point in actually playing it. And now there's an actual point to using this vessel. Anyways, overall, we are ahead as far as ships down. We're ahead in capture points, but we need to be careful. We are kind of solo out on the flank. We won our side, right? We won the A side. No one has taken the A cap. We should probably start helping our team out, but we do need to sort of be careful because they do have a concentration of cruisers in that center section, and they're HE spammers. And as we've talked about before, HE, not exactly the best friend of the Prinz Eugen. The engine gets knocked out, and it's not funny overall. Anyways, Takahashi I don't think he has any idea we're over there. We get spotted, or he gets spotted. We're able to help ourselves to his citadel. Down he goes, bringing the battle back. Kaga also, I don't think, realizes we are out on this side of the map. He's spotted, and we will go ahead and take advantage of it, especially because line of sight wise, he's behind the cover of, was it Sejong that was out there? Someone's smoke screen that we will happily use in our advantage and in our favor as we finish up capping A, and that way our team has a 3-1 advantage for the caps. Anyways, Chumpfon, nice and weak. Can we finish him off and get ourselves a 4th kill? Not quite. Maybe this follow-up salvo really pushing the range on those guns. Sadly, no assist, no kill. And now come the HE bombers from Kaga. And, well, we're probably going to need to be a bit worried. Anchorage also out there, seeing if we can get a couple of rounds into his side. That's who Smoke the Kaga was using. But the more direct threat to us now is we have gotten the ire of the Kaga, and we're gonna need to deal with that as he's really gonna start focusing us down, which makes sense. We are the closest enemy target to him, so naturally he is going to go after us, and we'll see what we can do before ultimately going down, since we're down to a third of our health, so not much we can do. And I have a feeling the Kaga, especially since we are so isolated, is going to continue to concentrate on us. So we'll pop around here, see if we can catch this anchorage by surprise. If we can, activate the reload booster and see if we can get some damage. We do get a nice initial salvo there, but because of our angle to get that salvo, we end up taking 2 or 3 torpedoes, which is really just going to kind of sign our death warrant here as we try to continue to engage this anchorage. But you know, it's not looking good for old Eugen right now. But overall, I think hopefully you guys have seen, I think Eugen a lot more versatile, a lot better of a ship than where it was, and one that I very much enjoyed. And guys, if you liked this video, go ahead and make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also Joseph Reeves on Anchorage, interesting choice. Anyways, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.